Okay, this video is probably gonna get blocked. I don't have good luck with complex videos, but hopefully, you know, it's 2025. I haven't reacted to complex in 2025. Hopefully, you know, they don't block this. And if you don't, shout out to you. But if you do, y'all know what you did. Y'all know exactly what you are. Anyway, we have Billie Eilish and Quenlin Blackwell. Goat talk. I don't need to say anything else, bro. Just watch the video.
I feel like I'm being watched. Shablam.
Wow. Woo, woo. Oh my God.
I'm scared.
Has Billie been on Feeding Starving? Well, she's not an influencer, but has she been on Feeding Starving Influencers yet? I haven't watched, though, in months. I think the last one I watched was Duke. I watched Lasan and I watched Duke. I didn't watch Yachty. I didn't watch Pokimane. I didn't watch Madeline, RG. I didn't watch anybody besides those two. I gotta catch up. And I'm not reacting to them. A lot of people have asked me to like react to them. I'm not doing that. I just like chilling. Like, I need something to watch in my free time. I feel like if I react to everything, then I have nothing to watch for fun. And it's annoying. That's why I stopped reacting to like so many different things. Because it just got annoying. Anyways.
Hello?
I'm only watching because Billie's in it. Y'all like the Billie reactions.
Should we not?
I think Gwen is just hilarious.
I already 1, 2, 3. And this is goat.
Come on, now.
1, 2, 3. And this is Goat Talk with Complex.
Okay.
I feel like that gagged.
Okay, good.
Okay.
First, goat.
Let's talk about it.
Goat, fictional character crush.
Gwen.
I literally have a list.
From Total Drama Island.
The Lorax.
She loves.
What is it with women in the Lorax? I feel like I've heard multiple people say that they had crushes on the Lorax. I don't get it. Is it because he's green? And obviously he's orange, but I mean like green, like environmentally, like is that what it is, or is it genuinely because of how he looks? Because I'm confused. I'm not as. I feel like once y'all get to certain things, it's like, all right, y'all really furries, which is cool. I don't hate on furries no more because y'all get money, and so I respect y'all, and y'all be cool people. I know a couple furries, and y'all cool people, but like, broski, I'm really attracted to animals, and I get it, they're animated, but like, still though, I can't wrap my brain around that.
In my vein.
Yeah.
Wow, added.
Scooby-Doo. Jack Skellington.
I know what you are, Gwen. I know what you are. Jack Skellington's the only one so far that she said that was like, all right, I guess.
The emo fish from Nemo. He gags. Not
like she just yapping now.
Now moment SpongeBob.
Wait. Okay.
Because I don't think
Yo, where her and Lorraine dressed up as SpongeBob and Patrick, bro. That video was so funny.
Why wouldn't he want you?
Because he's gay.
Says who?
Nickelodeon. Actually.
He seems like an asexual vibe to me.
I would
He
agree.
seems like
He's not ace.
Sexual.
They say he wasn't pan either though. I think he was like demisexual or something, right? Didn't they say that? He's queer though. He's queer. We know that. But he's not. I don't think he was ace. Shout out to all the aces though.
He came out on Nickelodeon. On a Nickelodeon Twitter post. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe he just came out a part of the LGBTQ, so maybe he is asexual.
Maybe just queer.
My list.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we don't gotta put a label up. Maybe he's queer. You feel me? Just
Jack Skellington. I know this isn't like an animated thing, but it's animated by VFX. Venom.
okay, dude.
Fantasy for sure.
Okay, dude.
No.
Okay.
BoJack Horseman.
Crash out.
Unfortunately. Obviously, like Hollywood.
BoJack? Okay, finally, bruh. An answer that makes sense, dude.
From Cool World.
Cool World.
Fire.
I don't know what that is, but she look good, so we just gonna go with it.
Obviously, Jessica Rabbit.
Yes, finally. Okay, you lost me.
Solid.
You lost me. You had me and you lost me. What are you talking about, bro?
Goat song that feels like your life's anthem.
Honestly,
Opium Baby.
I've been listening to
Cardi.
like a lot of old Gaga.
Nice.
Like Poker Face.
I gotta tap in because Coachella's coming up in a couple weekends. I think it's only 2 weeks now. I think about it because WrestleMania is the 19th and 20th, and I know Coachella weekend 2 is the same weekend as WrestleMania weekend. So the weekend before that is Coachella weekend 1, and Gaga's headlining. I gotta brush up on some of that old Gaga and check out a new album. I haven't listened to it yet.
Why?
Gotta lock in.
Alejandro, that
Banger.
is my shit right now.
That's a classic. I haven't heard it in probably a decade, but It used to hit though. It probably still does.
It's literally my shit, bitch. Like, that album is my shit. Like, you did your biggest ever. Because my life was not antheming when that shit first dropped. And I was like, yes!
I want to know what your favorite is, though.
My favorite.
Just for my pleasure.
I think my favorite, I don't even know how to say the song name. You want me to tell you what I call the song? Chichiro?
I think it's called Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Yo.
Chihiro.
I love Chichiro.
Chichiro.
You, girl.
Are you
girl?
That song is hard though. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's between that and The Greatest are the most underrated songs on that album. Everybody loves Birds of a Feather, which is understandable. It's a great song, right? Lunch was kind of like it was a single. It was the breakout, right? But bro, The Greatest, underrated. Chihiro, underrated. I never see people talk about those songs. And then also The Diner, bro. Nobody talks about The Diner. That bass line hits, dude. It hits.
No? That's the real answer.
Yes.
And the storytelling went over my head first listen, but I love it.
You know what Nola Bounce music is? It's New Orleans rap music. One of my favorite ones. It goes, I told my host roll another one. Her girlfriend, I turned off on the way he grabbed his face. I put it go. Whoo! That's all I listen to.
I have a video of her.
I should have been on the yacht. That's the only bounce song I know right now. That's Lizzie. Damn.
Yeah, that was a nice week.
Terrible night. That might have been the worst night of my year.
Ever.
But lesson learned that night, trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
True.
Stop doing things for the plot.
Stop.
Literally, stop.
No. Do things for the plot, but don't lose the plot. See, that's where y'all be messing up though. Y'all be losing the plot. You got to do it for the plot, but don't lose the plot. Once you lose the plot, that's when things start to go awry. That's when, you know what I'm saying? Do it for the plot, but don't lose the plot. I be saying to myself all the time, don't lose the plot. I be having an idea in my head, don't lose the plot. Because the second it's easy to lose the plot, but you got to keep yourself in line. The second you lose the plot, it's over with. You got to don't lose the plot.
Things for the plot. Oh my God.
What? Go vaccination spot? Imagine.
I'm scared. I'm literally scared. Go do it for the plot decision you've made. I feel like I'm being watched.
Don't do it for the plot decision. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I don't know if there is one. I feel like it's all the GOAT, though.
I have a woat, but I don't have a goat.
What the fuck is that?
Well, that night was woat, but
that night we really can't divulge.
I was gonna say, what happened that night? I want to know.
No.
well,
I want to know now, because y'all keep beating around the bush. I'm trying to clip those hedges. What happened? Like, bruh.
are unspeakable, but honestly, that other night.
They be getting into some stuff, bro.
Yes, do it for the plot. It was
cool.
Something to remember, something that you don't tell the children, but something the children know they could never mess with mommy ever a day in their life.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad that I be watching Quenlin too, because a lot of stuff that she says, I just don't understand, because I feel like there's a certain, like, yes, I'm queer, but at the same time, I haven't been extremely immersed in queer culture, right? I never watched Drag Race. So like, there's a lot of stuff that I just don't get, and I feel like I be learning a lot from her. I could tell you what YVL means. I could do that. I could, you know what I'm saying? I could tell you the purpose of a lot of different car parts. I could tell you, you know, a lot about wrestling, which I think wrestling is sort of inherently queer. A lot of queer people just don't know that. But once queer people really start pulling up to wrestling shows, because it's going to happen, because wrestling is about to be mainstream again, they're going to realize that wrestling is kind of queer culture, low-key. But all that to say, I'll be learning a lot because, like, what did she just say?
Remember, something that you don't tell the children, but something the children know they could never mess with mommy ever a day in their life.
Like, that means something beyond the surface of what she just said. I know how language works. That it means something else, and I don't know what. And I would like to know, and I feel like I'm gonna figure it out, just context clues from watching her. And that's how it be going. Like, I learned what boots means from watching Quenlin.
Goat hangover cure. Gwen.
Not drinking.
What?
Smoke some weed instead.
Never had any alcohol.
Ever. Nigeria. Hello?
All right. Stay hydrated,
You
man.
okay? Sound like you just died for a second.
I thought it was gonna be.
A little small silent killer. Goat hangover cure would probably be, I'm gonna say a sweat in the sauna.
Honestly, I've not ever been hungover. No, actually,
I've never been
doesn't
drunk
mean-
before,
It doesn't
let alone hungover.
but I
But-
have not. I don't know what it's like, and I know a couple people who say they didn't ever feel a hangover until they were like
Old.
mid-30s or mid-20s, whatever.
Goat ad-lib.
There's a song by Justin Bieber from Journals.
I know you
This is
lying.
like one of my first.
I know she's a JB girly, but like I know you didn't hear go ad lib and then think JB. I know that didn't happen. She's very musically inclined, but I know that really JB.
First times I noticed an ad lib, and I was like, that I don't know what that is, but I love it, and I
Wow.
think it's.
It's a good ad-lib.
What's your favorite?
I didn't know it was about music, so I was just thinking about ad-libs that I do in my free time.
Okay.
And I've been doing like bow. Like whenever I can play something, bow.
Excuse me.
Like purr. Like purr is a
purr.
go ad-lib. No.
That's an ad lib.
Or period or shablam.
Those are ad libs.
Like that.
Okay.
One of those.
See, I'm learning because in my head I thought, yeah, Cardi 2017, or the classic Travis Scott straight up, or it's lit. Or I like the way he be doing it nowadays where he be cutting it off. He be like, it's lit, and just cutting it off. Or like the old Gucci Mane, Burr. You feel me? That's a classic, bro. Or like there's so many that I would have thought of low key. West Side Gun, bro. Boom, 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 boom. They be doing that. You know what I'm saying? All those. I wouldn't have thought that Purr was an ad lib, but we'll take it.
Go gift you received.
I'm learning,
My
bro.
first car was a gift
Nice.
from my label.
Nice.
Oh, they treat you nice.
Matte Black Dodge Challenger. That was my favorite car in the world.
Sick.
Strippers call that car a Henny. Or a Hemi.
Fire.
I would say
See what I'm glad she fixed that. Because oh my
a
God.
goat gift I received was a mixtape made by one of my exes. Not gonna shout you out, but the gift was nice. It was a mixtape that was each moment of our relationship made into a song. And then he
Nice.
walked me through the entire playlist and played it for me for Valentine's Day.
Sick.
That's nice.
It was nice.
That's nice.
That's
It was a
sick,
nice
dude.
gift.
But fuck him.
Fuck him.
Oh. Okay.
Never date Aries again, but thank you
Here
for
we
the
go. At least she didn't say Gemini.
Sufjan Stevens.
Blonde. Okay, Sufjan Stevens, that's valid.
Harry
War
and
music.
Lowell. 4th of July, specifically on that album, is so upsetting. Deeply, deeply upsetting. And so beautiful and just so dark. And I can't, I mean, yeah, that's my choice. What's yours?
You know what song made me cry that you actually introduced me to?
What?
Loving in Silence. I listened to that during my last breakup. So that,
Wow, so that's a traumatizing song for you too.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I
That
can't
song
listen
is-
to it anymore.
I used to take off on planes listening to it, and then I was going through my breakup.
See, I never cried to an album. That's why I just said Blonde, because I feel like that's the universal. Like everyone does that except me. I guess I don't know. But
So it just kind of all melted together.
She's so
you could also say Die Lit if you just like listen to Long Time Intro on repeat
Oh, good.
and think about all your dead homies.
goat streamer.
You said this is your little vibe, right?
I know of some, but I don't know what's good or bad about any of them. All I can think is one.
Kai.
Tyler.
Goat. I mean, he's huge, so
Go.
sure.
My goat is Andante. Me personally. He's my goat. But if we're talking like in a general, just like generalized mainstream sense, it's Kai easily. He just bought his homies a house, bro. Like he just bought his homies a house. Who's doing that, bro? Nobody's doing that. Kai is him. But me personally, since I've been watching Twitch streams and streamers in general for a very long time, I gotta say Dante. I gotta say Pokimane is another one of those ones that's just A lot of people love to hate on her, but at the end of the day, the impact that she's had on the streaming world as a woman is crazy. QT Cinderella also, another GOAT. I feel like she wouldn't even agree with that, but it's deserved. Like, crazy influence.
What actor?
A lot of my GOAT, I really only watch women now. Like, often.
Jake
like,
Johnson.
I barely watch, like,
Jake
the guys. I be trying to watch new streamers.
I loved Anora, so I'm gonna say my.
I'm watching that tonight.
My entire life.
I'm watching that tonight.
I saw her years ago and I was like,
I didn't know who she was until I want to say like a couple weeks after Anora came out, and I just started like seeing about it. Dog, can we just? You guys got the bomb from Mikey Madison, bro. And I watched like her. What's the closet where they talk about movies? I think it's like Movie Closet or something. Film, I don't know, whatever that's called. I watched that and I was just like, yo, she's so cool. Crazy. I gotta watch that movie though,
Yeah,
and it's on Hulu.
like-
I think I'm watching it tonight.
well, you're like, never seen someone that looks like that before.
Like a princess.
On God.
Okay.
I love princess-looking girls. Royal.
Facts. Ethereal.
GOAT fan interaction you've had. There was one time I was talking to a guy, and we were about to meet up for a date, and he goes, "You know, this is so crazy because you've been my screensaver for years." So that was crazy,
Yikes.
right? So that's probably
You went on the date?
No, no. A good fan interaction I've had was my cousin's friends coming to me and saying they feel seen with me and all my stuff on the internet,
Yeah.
which I loved because I didn't have a me growing up.
The other
Nice.
day I was on stage and I just saw this mom. She was just looking down at me and she just was like crying and just holding her heart and looking at me like, just like so thankful. I was in the middle of singing and I just saw her looking down at me and I think she like mouthed like thank you and it just
Wow.
made me just like choke up.
It makes you feel like you're doing the right thing.
Yes. It's like that's
Wow.
what makes me like, okay, I can do all this other shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sick.
I'm not sick anymore. I just sound like it. Just-
I was about to say,
Sorry.
I feel like I need to put a mask on right now watching this.
Whale tail, the thong showing. What's
See, okay. And this is the thing. Hold on, let me not pause right there. This is the thing. A lot of y'all be talking about y'all be dressing like 2000s. Y'all don't, bro. Y'all don't be really dressing like the 2000s. Y'all be dressing like the 90s. If you want to dress like 2000s for real, look at Pink Panthers. I think she's the only person right now that was born in the 2000s that actually accurately dresses like the 2000s. Every single day. She lives and breathes 2000s. A lot of y'all don't, bro. Y'all be dressing like the 90s, bro, which is cool. That's fine, but don't call it Y2K and you wearing a 1997 look, bro. Y'all don't really know fashion, bro. Y'all know TikTok, bro. Get right. Look at actual, you feel me? Get off Pinterest, bro. Get off Pinterest. Really go to like a vintage store and like really like learn about fashion, bro. But that is accurate though. That is a Y2K look for real. She knows what she's talking about. Quenlin knows what she's talking about.
Y2K is fire.
Y2K is good. I just feel like the bling bling, like cheapy, like made it seem annoying.
I think like the low cut
People doing it wrong made it seem
low-cut
annoying.
skirt, like
gonna lie.
tee with the little like lower belly showing is vibe, and like the big belts. And
The big belts go hard too though.
Stamp. Yeah.
Love it all.
A lot of y'all
Go
doing it
singer.
wrong though. I'm just saying.
Off the top of my head,
Go singer.
like Ella Fitzgerald
I don't know.
is like my favorite singer.
Really good.
I'm not much of a singer guy. I'm a rapper
Tori
guy
Kelly.
and a producer guy.
Did you hear her national anthem?
Yeah, I did. I've actually been a Tori Kelly fan since I was, I think, 11. And I
I
remember
know a lot too.
downloading.
Julia Michaels, bro. But then again, I feel like I put her in like the GOAT singer songwriter category. She's just written a lot of stuff too that I really like. But and I haven't really been the biggest fan of her stuff, but I respect her a lot because she hard. But I don't listen to her like that. Again, bro, I'm a rap guy. I'm a producer guy. I'm a EDM guy.
All in my head. And
Not
I
like a
remember
singer
I couldn't
guy.
do runs at that time, and I just dreamed
I like singers, though.
about doing runs, and I remember
Some of 'em.
listening to her being like, "She's so pretty," and I'd be like, "Pretty, pretty, pretty, pretty," all day.
Yeah,
What you gotta run?
Oh God, she's so talented.
sick.
So pretty.
And now who's my GOAT singer? If not,
Ah,
what just happened in front of
you
me?
kind of gotta
Just ate
glaze
that
a
shit
little
up.
bit.
I'd say you're
You
my
got
GOAT singer,
to.
honestly.
Are you?
girl.
But really though?
I feel like for me personally, if I'm going off of who I listen to, for real, Billie's my goat. Because I listen to her. I feel like there's a lot of singers that I can name and all that, you know, that's like great. But we're talking about like who I actually listen to, like who I actually know songs by and probably know some lyrics too, because I'm not a lyrics guy. I can't remember lyrics to save my life. But if I tried though, I could probably like get most lyrics out on like at least 8 Billie songs. At least. Now, am I hitting the vocals? Absolutely not. But that's not the point. I'm not a singer. She is though. So like, me personally, kind of, yeah. If not her though, I'm gonna go Frank Ocean. And if not him, because he's an alien, so I feel like I can't even just call him singer. He's singer, songwriter, rapper, visionary, like everything, right? All the stuff. If not them two though, I'm gonna probably go Solange. If I'm being for real. Again, based off of who I actually listen to. That's just, you know, one of them three is my go.
Right now, purposefully. Now, if I'm not picking Billie in front of me, my goat singer would probably be Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Expected. That's expected.
Like Beyonce.
I like Solange's vibe more. Personally. Beyonce's great. You know, grew up listening to her, listen to, you know, all the stuff. But I feel like Solange is more like my type of vibe. You know why? Because she's a producer. I like producers, bro.
Oh,
I like producers more.
So perfect.
A lot of my favorite rappers were producers first, or you know, only started rapping because like, or only started making beats because they wanted their own beats to rap on and they couldn't afford it, or whatever the case may be. Like a lot of my favorite artists in general are producers. Charlie XCX, kind of a producer, mostly more DJ, but I feel like that's still in the same vein. Like, you know, I like producers, man.
Perfect. Unbelievable. Oh. I mean, I've never heard her sing like a flat note ever.
I don't know the difference between a flat and a full note, so they both sound right to me.
Just embarrassing question. Goat Billie Eilish lyric.
Oh, yes, my goat you lyric is I love Haley's comment. I love
this comment is underrated.
Oh my god.
That is underrated.
Like I can't out throw up if I try. I love
Thanks,
you. I love you. The gag.
If we're talking favorite songs off that album, Haley's comment's probably top 5. I'm terrible with song titles, bro. Y'all know this. I gotta look. Because I can like hear them in my head, but I can't see the Billie Bossa Nova is like probably my favorite song by her, period. I just love that. Everybody Dies is fire, but Your Power is crazy. Actually crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And then of course title track Happy Than Ever is sick, but
I really like the second verse of Chihiro. I don't know, it's not like, you know, unbelievably, you know, groundbreaking, but I just think it's cool. I don't know.
It's cool.
I like that one. And then also, I feel really proud of the lyrics in Skinny. It was like, people say I look happy just because I got skinny, but the old me is still me and maybe the real me, and I think she's pretty.
Cool. Anointed.
Crazy. I would drop the bomb, but I've already dropped the bomb for that lyric in multiple videos. I think.
Go female rapper.
Go female rapper. See, a lot of y'all gonna say someone that's like not that fire, but that's cool for y'all. I was listening to 036 the other day just because I felt like having a Memphis moment. I ain't gonna lie, Gangsta Boo might be the greatest to ever do it. I haven't heard every single verse of hers. I haven't, you know what I mean? But like, she was so different, bro. Especially at that time on that like Southern sound. Nobody was on that wave, bro. And to me, that's why a lot of new people don't impress me like that, at least in the mainstream. I love BK Darula. I love Flo Milli. I love Tia Corinne, you know? There's so many now, Rico Nasty, that I feel like are fire, but most of them aren't that mainstream. They're really not. Like, I think they're on the way to the mainstream, a lot of them. And some of them have been like looming the mainstream, like been around, but like, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people in the mainstream really don't hit like that for me. They got some bangers though, you know? And then like, there's a couple people that I think are great, but they haven't been around long enough or done enough for me to say they're the GOAT. Like, I think Glorilla could be the GOAT one day. Glorilla definitely could be the GOAT one day. Sexy Red, Maybe. I don't love her albums, but I like her songs. So I can't really give her a go either. And then again, too new. But like, I don't know. Let me see what they gonna say though.
I'm gonna say right now I am loving Glorilla.
Sick.
Glorilla,
Tough.
you wanna shake your ass, turn on Glorilla new album.
Okay. Nicki Minaj is like, obviously.
See,
That's a valid pick.
I like right now.
I would have said Nicki 10 years ago. I would have. I think now in 2025, I wouldn't say that. Barbs don't come from me, bro. It's an opinion. All right? It's an opinion. And guess what? My favorite artist is number 1 right now. Where's yours? Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway.
I know.
Goat is
That's
Nicki.
what's hard.
I'm gonna
Nicki
agree.
is GOAT for sure.
I think Nicki's the GOAT when it comes to New York. You can't, I don't want to hear any New York rapper say they're the like queen of New York or like greatest rapper out of New York. You're not. It's Nicki, clearly. But in the overall sense of all, because a lot of people don't understand like how long women have contributed to rap music and, you know, just been around that space for so long, but I think they were just overshadowed, which is understandable. There's a lot of insanely talented men that have just been on top for so long, but there's always been a lot of very fire women around. But like, bro, I don't want to hear anybody from, especially from, like, if you're from New York, you should know that you're not better than Nicki Minaj. You're not. I don't care what she's doing now. What she was doing in 2008, what she was doing in 2012, what she was doing in 2014, you can't do that. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You can't do that. I'm sorry. You can't. You can do your thing very well, but you can't do that. Like, she was just different. I ain't gonna lie. She was special. She was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that now, but she was.
Oh shit, we're into woke.
And that's just my opinion. Again.
Ooh.
And again, my favorite artist is number 1 right now. So
My worst purchase
Whoa,
I made
purchase.
of all time was I spent my entire savings on rugs because I thought they would be an asset.
oh, that's
I had
stupid.
no business manager at the time, and I was like, I can't afford art, so I'll just get some rugs.
Rugs
Yikes.
are mad expensive.
You're
They are. And I don't think they retain their value.
Why did you? And half of them
Wait,
just-
huh?
I can't afford art, so I'll just get some rugs.
Rugs
And then-
are mad expensive.
You're telling me I had 20 rugs. And
Why did
and half of them disintegrated in storage.
See, that's the thing, bro. Like, rugs. And honestly, I know I said that that's dumb. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, like, you would think that would be a good idea until you remember what they're made of and exactly what happened. You know? But at the same time, in a lot of situations, you got to learn the hard way, bro. And she learned the hard way. It'd be like that.
Worst purchase of all time.
It'd be like that.
Stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
She probably made it back by now, though.
paid a
I'm getting
company
money,
to
bro.
decorate my house for Halloween, and it was expensive.
Yikes.
What pickup line you've heard?
Ew.
All pickup lines.
I was
Are
about to say, pickup lines in general are
Pickup
gross.
line is for like somebody that's putting on a show, and I
Yep.
would never be picked up by somebody putting on a show.
Yep.
You're performing in front of me right now.
At the same time, though, a performer could definitely pick me up. I love performers. Why do you think I like music so much? You feel me? Wrestling. All the things I like include performing. Sports, especially motorsport. I mean, you know, but I get what they're saying, though. Like,
There's no camera. What are we doing?
I know.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Last shot on the docket.
Okay, what advice you've received?
Put money before anything else.
Who gave you that advice?
Somebody who ain't had a morsel of bread in a long time.
yikes.
I think there's a lot of things in your life and in like your creative process that you shouldn't have money in the back of your head with. So I don't think that's good advice.
100%, yeah. Just
Bitch, are
not
you from
true.
hell? I'll take all the rugs.
I think money over a lot of things, but not everything. A lot of people, too, that say that, they be putting money over their morals. And that's where it's like, all right, that's weird. Or they just don't have morals, which is also weird. But I think money can go over a lot of things, though. I will say that. Money can definitely go over a lot of things. But it can't go over, like, morals. It can't go over values. It can't go over, you know what I mean, people. You really can't put money over people. You can't put money over experiences. But sometimes you have to. So it's like, it's about balance, though.
I mean-
for real.
Are you?
It's about balance, if we're being honest.
Explaining advice is just. I was just talking about how one of my biggest pet peeves in the world is somebody explaining something to me. Anybody, not just a man, but somebody explaining something to me that I know a ton about, and they're explaining it to me like I don't. Like, even if they don't even know that I know a lot about it, it's
like,
still, I'm like, it just
You're
relates.
looking at me like I know less than I do.
Yes.
And I feel disrespected.
That's
by it a little
frustrating.
bit.
I don't know. I mean, it's not really advice, but somebody was like, if you lost weight, you could be a really great model when I was like 12. She actually told my mom, Billie could be a model if she just lost weight. And I just,
What?
Yeah.
You're to the detriment of your own children.
Love my mom, though.
It's crazy.
Too.
That's a mom's, man. I got the greatest mom. I don't care what they got going on. I have the greatest mom on the planet, bro. So I don't know what they talking about, but their mom seemed. I've never seen Quinn's mom, but Billie's mom seemed cool. But they ain't touching my mom. I'm just saying, bro. We could have a war right now. I'm stepping, bro. Man. Greatest mom on the planet. But this was a good video though. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I yapped way too much. I didn't need to double the length of this video. I literally doubled the length of this video. I didn't need to do that, but I just had to, bro. I feel like yapping today. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it was something I was gonna say though. I don't know. I really don't know. I think a lot of the times though, and it's funny because this is like ironic in what I'm about to say, but I think a lot of people be doing like the mansplaining thing or just like whatever, just out of excitement. Sometimes, at least that's how I see it as a nerd. Like a lot of times I like to just get into things that I like talking about. Again, cars, wrestling, music, fashion, art, all the things, right? And you know, I don't really like, sometimes you don't know how nerdy someone else is if they don't present it. It's like a lot of times, you know, you just assume that people aren't that into something that you're into. And they could be, but you might not know that. And so you kind of just go into it and then realize that they are also on that level of nerd and you just didn't know that. That's how I be getting down sometimes. I think a lot of people probably think I be mansplaining a lot. And it's like, I'm just nerdy, bro. I'm just trying to like get these like crazy facts off. Anyway, Swamp Izzo.